This PowerPoint presentation has to do with a fluency intervention for one of my students, a third grader named Garrett Smith. My name is Barbie Yakelovich. The kids call me Mrs. Y. I'm currently a first-year third grade teacher at Ward Highlands Elementary School. And my class this year is an inclusion class, and we have a certified reading specialist who comes into our room a couple times a day. Her name is Mrs. Minetti, and she assists our students who need a little extra support in reading. She's a great team player. And this is Garrett. Garrett is a delightful and well-adjusted little third grade boy. He just turned 9. He's been here at Ward Highlands since kindergarten. He lives with his mom and his older sister Grace. He loves being outside. He loves recess time. He enjoys camping and hiking with his mom and sister. His favorite color is red. He loves his mom's chicken and rice. He has a lot of friends at school. He loves art class, and Garrett has told me he really loves the Magic Treehouse series, and his older sister Grace will read those to him at night. So we've noticed at school, Garrett usually chooses picture books to look at, but doesn't really engage in the reading of the books. In all his other subjects, he's on grade level, but he is struggling a little bit in reading, where he's just at an early second grade level. And that's the purpose of this report, is to focus on Garrett's reading needs and to see how we can intervene to help this kiddo. So here are some of the results of his assessments that we've done on him. I'll let you look those over. The ones that we're primarily concerned about have to do with his reading fluency. You'll see down on that 4th point that his fluency right now is 58 words per minute, whereas his peers, the third grade goal for reading fluency is 106 to 110 words per minute. So we did notice that this is a significant deficit in his reading skills, so we thought focusing on fluency might be the best strategy to help Garrett and his reading. So here's some observations that I made, as well as Mrs. Minetti, in regard to the different areas of reading. And again, you can see that fluency there is just at 58 words per minute. And what we've noticed from the research, that fluency affects comprehension, which of course is the goal of reading. The slower students read, the more time their brain is focused on actually reading the words, and the less room they have in their brain to hold on to the comprehension of whatever passage they're reading. So after reviewing his test results, talking to Miss Minetti, observing in class, we really decided we want to focus on that fluency for Garrett. Like I mentioned before, research has proven that a higher rate of fluency leads to better reading comprehension, which is our goal. The more comfortable Garrett gets with words and recognizing them and easily and quickly being able to read them, the more his brain will have time to focus on the meaning of the passages that he's reading. And I listed a few citations there from my research. So this graph, just a basic graph, just to kind of give you an idea of where Garrett is. The first column there at his 58 words per minute, and where the grade level expectations are on the right column, showing 110 words per minute. So you can see Garrett is pretty significantly behind here. I looked it up, and the 58 words per minute for third grade is at the 6th percentile. So we really need to help him pull up that fluency. So this is our plan. We want to put Garrett in a very intensive small group with Mrs. Minetti, our reading specialist, and he will also be involved in the iReady program at school. iReady is a computer-based program that all of our students participate in, and I'll discuss that a little bit more in a minute. But in our small group with Miss Minetti, Garrett will be joining 2 other students that are on his grade level and at his reading level. So they're both struggling. All 3 kiddos are struggling with the fluency. So they will be really focused and practicing the same things together. And what we're going to do in that small group is there's a strategy called timed repeat readings. And we're going to work on those timed repeat readings starting with letter sounds. We did notice in some of Garrett's phonics and phonemic testing that he does struggle with a few of the letter sounds. So we're going to address those first during our sessions with Garrett, and then from those letter sounds we'll move to practice on words, 3rd grade words, still addressing those phonic sounds if he needs help with those. And then from there we're going to introduce text, where he'll be required to read a passage, and we'll start those timings. But in their small groups, Miss Minetti will model the reading first. The students will repeat it after her, and that's where we get that read and reread timing, so he can get a lot of practice seeing those words, hearing someone else read those words, and incorporating those words into his fluency and levels of reading, so he can quickly read and move on to the comprehension part of the passage. So as Miss Minetti meets with Garrett and the other students, she's going to keep a record of their progress, and so they'll be timed each day, and Miss Minetti will make it really fun for them. She has a bell that she rings at the beginning of the session and a frog that croaks at the end of the session. So the kiddos get very excited, and I think Garrett will enjoy and have a lot of fun during those timed readings that might sound so boring and monotonous, but Miss Minetti really has a good way of making it fun for the students. So I think this is going to be a good fit for Garrett. So along with those small group times, the sessions with Miss Minetti, Garrett will be involved in the iReady program. iReady is a computer-based program that assesses the students and really focuses in, tailors lessons specifically for their reading needs. So all our students at Ward Highlands are involved in iReady, and Garrett will be as well, to really specifically hone in on his reading needs. Expected outcomes. So we are looking forward to seeing Garrett improve his reading. We anticipate that with the interventions that we've planned, that Garrett will move up from 58 words per minute to 75 by the end of the 3rd quarter. We'll be monitoring his progress and cheering for him as he gets better and more fluent at his reading. And we're also going to send home some ideas for you to practice at home with him, some leveled readers. We would love it if you kept the sessions short and fun and not stressful for Garrett. And you can even model our same read and repeat format that we're doing in his sessions, where you could read a sentence of the book and then let Garrett read that same sentence of the book, just so he can continue to get familiar with those words, get familiar to hearing you read those words, so he can model that back to you and increase his fluency and his vocabulary as he goes along. And then here are some more of my citations. If you would like those in print, I can print those out for you or email them to you if you need more. And that's the end of my presentation. If you have any questions, please just let me know. Thank you.